Oh, whoops. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize the video started. I was on my phone. Sorry about that. What was I going to talk about today? Oh, yeah. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to stop using your damn phone all the time. We're going to talk about how cell phone addiction is completely robbing you of your productivity. It's ruining your mood and leading to states of increased anxiety, depression, cravings, distractedness. It ruins your ability to focus. And it is also robbing you of all of your free time. So in this video, we're going to talk about why cell phone addiction is ruining your life and how I was able to fix this problem in my own life. And I'll be sharing with you many tips and techniques that you can use to cut this addiction to your cell phone. Hey, it's Adam, and welcome back to another video where I help you understand how your own psychology works so that you can master your mind and become the greatest version of yourself. Now, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Adam, and I make weekly personal development and spirituality videos where I like to go really in depth and help you guys gain a very complex understanding of your own psyche. I like to pull from hundreds of different sources like spirituality, personal psychology, my own meditation experience and personal development experience, developmental psychology, biology, evolution, all that stuff. I like to paint a very broad picture so that you guys get an understanding of what the hell is going on here in this thing that we call life. And by the way, one of the purposes of life is to develop yourself personally. And that's what I specialize here on this channel. So if you're interested in that, consider subscribing. Now let's get into the topic at hand, which is how to stop using your damn cell phone all the time. Now, cell phone addiction is something that is ravaging the entire globe. Billions of human beings are addicted to using their cell phone. I think I saw on average, every single human being, on average, they use their cell phone about 3 hours every single day. And that's not to mention that younger people, like teenagers, they use their cell phone up to 6-7 hours every single day. And this is a serious problem. This has lasting effects on your mood, on your focusing skills, your productivity. It can lead to increased levels of anxiety, depression, which we will talk about more in this video. But the main thing that I want you to notice is that you didn't sign up for this. You didn't know that your cell phone would turn into one of the most addicting devices that has ever been known to man. When you initially purchased your cell phone, you did it because you thought it would make your life more convenient. I remember when I was 15 years old and I got my first iPhone, I was super excited because I could use the internet outside of my house. It was super fast. I can go on maps. I can download games. I can go on YouTube. And this made my life way more convenient. However, what I didn't realize was that this device would eventually become the most addicting thing. It would become surgically attached to my hip, and I wouldn't be able to function properly without it. Now, I kind of think of it like this. Imagine that you decided to hire for yourself a personal chef. And that personal chef would cook all of your meals for you. He would make your life way more convenient. You don't have to ever worry about preparing your own meals. So you pay a couple $1,000. You get your personal chef. He cooks you meals. So you have him for a year. And you love him, you get to know him. His name is Esteban. He's some Spanish guy. And he's cooking all your meals. and you love his food, but without telling you, after a year, Esteban secretly starts to sneak in some cocaine into your spaghetti. And you don't know this is happening. You're eating your spaghetti and you say, "Damn, Esteban, this is some good ass spaghetti. Why is it so tasty? What's the secret ingredient?" And Esteban says, "Oh, don't worry, Adam. It's only tomato sauce. It's my secret recipe. You don't have to worry about it." And you say, "Okay, great. No worries, Esteban. Make me more of this. I love it." And you actually become addicted to his food. And then a couple months later, Esteban says, "Hey, Adam, can I have a raise?" And you say, "Yeah, sure, of course, Esteban, anything. You're the best chef in the whole world." You don't know he's slipping you cocaine. Now, next thing you know, you're overweight, you've been eating tons of food, and you're addicted to cocaine. And the main takeaway here is that you didn't sign up for this. You didn't know this was going to happen. Social media giants like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, they have teams of engineers on their payroll, teams of psychologists and engineers whose jobs are to intentionally exploit your brain by designing their app in a way that targets your own primal needs. So socializing is a basic human need. We are social creatures, and you feel good. You get dopamine hits whenever you are socializing with other people. That's what helps you survive. But these companies like Instagram have hijacked those primal wirings in your brain. And now, whenever you use Instagram, you feel like you're socializing. Your brain is telling you, "Good job, you're going to survive." Meanwhile, you're not really doing any socialization. You're just scrolling mindlessly through Instagram. And yes, of course, there are positive aspects to Instagram. Yes, you can connect with people through Instagram virtually, but what I'm claiming in this video is that the cost of that constant social media addiction, the cost of Instagram heavily outweighs the benefits of Instagram, which we'll talk about more. So the app is literally designed to addict you. The notifications are in red. It catches your eye. You have to click them to get them away. Whenever you scroll down to refresh the page, it's like a slot machine. Sometimes the page refreshes, and sometimes the page doesn't refresh. And at first I thought that was a glitch. When I was a kid, I'd scroll down and the page wouldn't refresh. I was like, why didn't it refresh? It must just be a glitch. They're going to fix it in the next update. No. That's actually intentional. Because their psychologists know that when you swipe down and the page doesn't refresh, that kind of simulates a slot machine. Your brain is extremely addicted to things that sometimes give you pleasure and sometimes don't. So they have engineers that are designing these apps to be as addicting as possible so that it monopolizes your time. They want you to spend as much time as possible on their apps so that they can sell you products. Instagram just introduced the shop feature on the app because they're trying to sell you products. They're trying to addict you. And addiction is not a good thing. It's a serious problem. You can't be a healthy, happy human being that has mental clarity, feels grounded in the present moment if you're addicted to stuff. They're opposite. Addiction is the opposite of fulfillment. So these apps are ruining your productivity because you can't focus. You have developed the habit of constantly checking your phone every 20 minutes. Whenever your phone buzzes, you check it. How do you expect to read a difficult and complex book that is going to be paying you dividends for the rest of your life. I have some crazy books on my shelf where I have to shut my phone off and throw it out in the snow outside just so that I can focus on this book because it requires all of my concentration. And what Cal Newport talks about in his book Deep Work, by the way, a lot of the ideas from this video are coming from Cal Newport's book Digital Minimalism. I highly recommend checking it out. I'm almost done reading it and applying the info. It's awesome. Check it out. Kudos to him for a lot of these ideas. So deep work, what that means is that you can't actually work well. You can't create value in your life and in other people's lives if you're constantly distracted. The only way you can do something meaningful is if you are focusing 100% of your attention on the task at hand and the phone is constantly distracting you. Speaking of which, right now, the reason why I just kind of lost my train of thought, if you didn't notice, is that my cell phone is actually sitting on my bed. And the reason why is because I was using it for that little bit at the beginning of the video. Just having the phone in the same room as me it's pulling at my attention. It's preventing me from focusing 100% of my attention on the video that's being made. Even though my phone is on airplane mode, it's on do not disturb, still it actually pulls at your attention. There was a cool study that Cal Newport talked about on his blog where he said that people were put into a room and they were given puzzles. And half the people had their phone on the desk beside them. And the other half of the people had their phone in a different room. And they made it very discreet so people didn't know what the actual test was. They didn't know what was being tested for, so it wasn't a placebo. The people who had the phone on the desk beside them did way worse on the puzzles than the people whose phone was in a different room. Which means that just by having your phone in the same room as you, even if you're not using it, it actually makes you stupider because you can't focus on the task at hand. That's a serious issue. So it ruins your productivity. It also ruins your mood. There was another science, there was a test where guidance counselors at schools were reporting increased amounts of depression and anxiety in the kids. And the reason for this is not because the social aspects in the rest of the world have gotten worse. There haven't been too many world wars recently. I understand COVID might affect it, but this book was written before COVID. Teenagers, they were reporting their mental health being way worse than they were 10 years ago. So the only thing that has changed in teenagers' lives is constant cell phone use and cell phone addiction, which is proving that constantly using your phone is leading to increased levels of anxiety, depression, and the inability to focus. Now, the reason why is because your mind needs time alone. And your cell phone is ruining all of the alone time, which is extremely healthy. Your brain needs it to recharge its batteries. So 20 years ago, let's say you're busy all day, but 20 years ago, when you're taking a bath by yourself, or you're showering, or you're brushing your teeth, that's alone time. And your brain was actually using that alone time to recharge its batteries. The problem is that if you're constantly on your phone when you're in the bath, when you're brushing your teeth, I sometimes what I would do is I'd listen to videos all the time, the whole day. I'm not giving my brain the necessary time that it needs to recharge, and that leads to anxiety. So your phone is ruining your alone time, your solitude. And I love how Cal Newport makes a really interesting case in his book for the value of solitude, the benefits of solitude. If you want to be a creative human being, if you want to have a positive impact in the world, then most of those human beings who in the past have had positive impacts, they are people who have spent hours every single day alone. Nietzsche, the famous philosopher, he would spend like 8 hours a day just walking in the forest by himself. And he would just think and contemplate and reflect. And he was one of the best thinkers of all time. He's a famous philosopher. The same with Carl Jung. The same with Henry David Thoreau. Many of the most influential people, they spend a lot of time alone with their own thoughts so that they can plan their life, they can reflect, they can relax, recharge, rejuvenate. And the cell phone, if you're using it constantly, you have no alone time. So I'm going to be telling you how to fix that a little bit later. Right now, I'm almost done convincing you how bad cell phones are for your brain health. The last serious issue that the cell phone addiction is causing, which is completely ruining all of your potential in your life, is that cell phones have a tendency to replace other hobbies. Now, for example, my sister, she is an amazing painter. She's a great artist. She has always had an eye for painting beautiful landscapes or portraits or animals, all that stuff. She's a great painter. The problem is, my sister's a young teenage girl. She constantly uses her phone like 9 hours a day. And that takes away from her painting. So I promise you, if I, let's say for example, grounded my sister and took her phone away, which I would never do, but let's say I did that, she would be extremely bored and she would have nothing better to do except practice painting. And then she would develop her painting skills. She would become an even better artist. And then a couple years from now in the future, she could even be a professional artist. She could sell her paintings, or she can make painting tutorials, or she can open up a painting school, something like that. But the issue is that she's not practicing her painting. Instead, she's scrolling mindlessly through YouTube and Instagram. A serious issue. I remember when I was a kid, maybe 9 years old. This was before cell phones, smartphones even existed. My parents would always ground me for some reason. I'd get in trouble at school and my parents would ground me. They'd take away my electronics. I used to have a little Game Boy Advanced with Pokemon Leaf Green on it. And I love playing that game. I love Pokemon. So my parents would take that away from me because I'd get in trouble at school, and then I would be extremely bored. I'd be 9 years old and have nothing to do. I'd be bored. So I would be forced to find new hobbies. So when I was 9, I discovered origami, and I actually became an origami expert. I practiced origami for thousands of hours. And in my video, Who is Adam Miceli, I actually show you guys my origami unicorn that took me 12 hours to make. And basically, I became an extremely good origami artist. And that's just a random skill. It's probably not going to serve me too well in my life. But that is a beautiful art form that I trained in myself that I wouldn't have had the opportunity to develop if I was just stuck on my electronics all day like most kids. Now that was just a Game Boy Advanced. Now imagine that instead, because a Game Boy Advance eventually gets boring. If I'm playing Pokemon, after an hour or two, I get bored, I get frustrated, and then I'll just turn off the Game Boy and go do something else. With cell phones, there's infinite amounts of stimulation. You have every single YouTube video, access to 20 different social media apps, games, everything. So you will never put that phone down if you are not forced to. Me personally, in my past, I've spent sometimes 12 hours a day on my phone. And I'm not proud of that, but that I'm just being real with you guys. I've spent entire days on my phone. So that is actually replacing other healthy hobbies that would be a lot more fulfilling. Because the phone is not fulfilling. That's the problem. It's very sugary. It's not something like painting a landscape. That is a more mature form of pleasure because it's not all sugar. It's something that requires you to get into the flow state. It requires attention, it requires effort and concentration. But once you get into that flow state, then that's true fulfillment. Like when I'm filming a video, it requires effort, concentration. I feel fulfilled right now. But if I was just scrolling mindlessly on my phone, that's very sugary. It's not fulfilling. You see the difference? Okay. So I think I've convinced you guys about the detriments of cell phone addiction. Now let's talk about the protocols that I've been putting into place in my own personal life to help me completely abolish this addiction. And I've been able to totally overcome my own cell phone addiction. I've been working on my cell phone addiction since I was 16 or 17 years old. I got an intuitive knowing or an intuitive urge to delete all of my social media apps. Because when I was in high school, Snapchat was the big thing. And I saw kids just spending the whole day on Snapchat and they document their entire lives on their stories. And I saw something wrong with that. I was a pretty socially popular kid. I enjoyed socializing, but Snapchat stories are not real socialization. So I deleted all those apps, and I'll tell you exactly how I manage my own phone and use it in a way where I get the most benefit out of the convenience of having a phone, because it is very convenient. I'm not totally against cell phones, but I am against using them in the improper way, which causes you to become hopelessly addicted. Now, the first protocol that I implement into my life is that airplane mode is your best friend. Airplane mode. This is how I think of it. Whenever I turn on airplane mode, I'm flying. Airplane mode's on, I'm flying in my life. I'm enjoying my life. I'm rising up to my full potential. I'm not stuck looking down at my phone. Airplane mode's on, I'm flying. That means I have no access to internet. No one's texting me. No one's calling me. My phone is basically a brick. Okay? Now people say, Adam, what if someone calls you? Well, I don't keep airplane mode on all day, but at nighttime, when I'm trying to unwind, then airplane mode is on and my phone is away. In the morning, when I'm doing my morning routine, check out this video, my morning routine, where I talk about how you need to keep your phone on airplane mode in order to have a successful morning. Because if you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is check your phone, I've done that. I've done that many times, and your whole day is ruined because you're starting your day by doing the most useless, pointless activity, and you're in a state of reactivity. You're reacting to what you see on Instagram. You're reacting to your text messages. You don't want to be a reactor in your life, but you want to see clearly. You want to switch the C, and you want to be a creator. You want to create your life. You want to create your day. So keep that phone on airplane mode at night and in the morning, and then afternoon, you can turn your phone on. That's fine. Check your texts, and then that's it. So here's the next thing that I do is I have deleted all social media apps from my phone. If I show you my phone right now, my screen is black. This is my background. It's a black screen. Because the goal is that I'm trying to make my phone as boring as possible so that I'm not tempted to use it all the time. So I don't have too many apps. All of the apps are productivity apps. So I have a meditation timer, I have Audible, I have Google and my camera, and that's about it. I've tried to simplify my phone as much as possible. There's no other pages, and I've deleted Instagram. I've deleted YouTube even. I'm a YouTuber, and I've deleted YouTube because I can check that stuff on my computer. I shouldn't have the chance to check it wherever I am. If I'm out for a walk with my dog, I shouldn't be checking Instagram or checking YouTube. I need to enjoy that solitude, that away time from the phone. I can still check YouTube once or twice a day. I can still check Instagram on my computer so that I can keep up with my messages. Other than that, I'm not using those apps. Also, if you do want to use it, Instagram, let's say you're addicted to Instagram and you don't want to quit cold turkey, or you're trying to convince me, oh, Adam, but Instagram is important. Instagram's not important. If you need to contact your friends, tell them to text you. You're not missing out on much. But still, okay, so let's say you still want to keep using Instagram. You need to clean up your feed, your social media feed. You need to delete all of the distracting, low consciousness accounts and replace your feed with only quotes from enlightened masters and Buddha and that kind of stuff. Inspiring quotes, inspiring role models, mentors. You don't want to be looking at what Jimmy from high school is doing on a Friday night. You don't care what Jimmy's doing. I'll make another entire video about that. That's an extremely important topic. But for now, just know, make your phone as boring as possible. It's actually a liberating experience. This might sound scary. It's like, Adam, what do you mean? I spent $1,200 on my new iPhone, and you're telling me to basically ruin it? You're telling me to make my background black and to delete Instagram? What the hell's wrong with you, Adam? Are you trying to make me waste my money? No, it's not about that. I'm trying to make you stop wasting your life. Stop wasting your mental energy. Because like I said, this phone is addicting. You can't afford to have it in your pocket constantly stimulating you all day. That is going to take away from your productivity, from your life purpose, from the positive impact that you want to have in the world. It's taking away from all that stuff. There's a cost here. So yes, still use your phone if you need maps, if you gotta text your friends, call your mom, that kind of stuff. Maybe research something on Google, that's okay. But don't be using your phone to check Instagram. It's really bad. Very addicting. Now here's another protocol that really helps me unwind and get away from my phone. And that is to go for long walks. Now I'm getting this from Cal Newport's Digital Minimalism, this idea. It's so simple. It's so simple. Leave your phone at home and go for a walk by yourself. Not for a 10-minute walk, go for a 3-hour long walk. Go explore. Explore your neighborhood. Go to some nature if you're lucky enough to have nature around you. Go walk in the forest. If the weather's not good, put a jacket on. Okay? Expand your definition of bad weather. Of good weather. Go for a walk by yourself. This solitude, it's going to feel weird for the first 10 minutes. You're going to get bored. You're going to feel cravings. Like, where's my phone? What do I do? I just walk? I don't get it. Trust me. 3-hour long walks are something that have completely transformed my life. The other day, I was snowing in Canada, really deep snow, like actually almost a foot of snow here in Canada, in Toronto. And I put on my boots, my waterproof boots, my jacket, my hat, my scarf, gloves. I went out into the forest, one that's near my house. It's maybe 20-minute walk away. And I was trekking in the snow, lifting my feet like knee high so that I can actually walk in the snow. And it was extremely tiring, but that was a solo adventure that I went on by myself with no phone. And it was an amazing experience. I just enjoyed my own mind. I enjoyed the forest. And I got a lot of great ideas for videos. I was practicing my speaking, and it was awesome. So solo walks without your phone are an amazing practice that you can use to reflect, self-reflect, contemplate. You can even meditate as you walk. It's good exercise, good for digesting your food after dinner or something like that. Solo walks, many of the most famous philosophers like Nietzsche, I said before, they'd go for long walks by themselves. Solo walks are a thumbs up. Now the last protocol, the last tip I'll give you guys is to find new hobbies. So now you're not using your phone so much. You've deleted the distracting apps. You're only checking Instagram and YouTube on your computer. So now you have a lot of free time, and this is beautiful. So now you have to actually intentionally go out there and find new hobbies. Pick up an instrument, start playing the guitar. Find out what you want to do in your life. What is your life about? What kind of skills are you building so that you can have a positive impact on the world? So me, for example, I'm building the skill of lecturing, of content creation. I had no clue how to use a camera a couple weeks ago. Now I know how to use a camera. Boom. This took effort, time, energy. And I wasn't on my phone the entire time. My phone was on airplane mode in my drawer as I'm fiddling around with my camera. So I'm actually learning new skills intentionally to fill this void that is left by my cell phone. So the last tip that I want to leave you with is that you need to develop awareness over your own mind. You need to actually watch this process happening, because when you first quit your phone, when you make it super boring, delete all the apps off of it, when you first do that, you're going to feel withdrawal. And what you have to do is just watch that happening, watch that process. Watch yourself have cravings to check your phone. Don't judge yourself. Don't tell yourself that you're a bad person or that you're a phone junkie. Just watch that happen. Become curious about it. Say, oh, cool, wow, I'm super addicted to my phone. Haha, that's okay. I'm just observing. I'm just like a scientist. I'm doing research on my own mind. And I'm testing new things. I'm experimenting. Adam has given me many ideas to test in my own life in this video here. Now it's your job to go out there and test them. Don't be too serious about it. Just try it out. Try turning your phone on airplane mode for an entire day. Why not? Who cares? Maybe someone will text you. You'll miss a call here or there. Big deal. Your life is not going to fall apart because you call someone back the next day and you say, sorry, I was busy. So you got to remove this idea in your mind that you have to be accessible all the time. Start being busy. So I have a girlfriend. She likes to text me a lot. I'm busy a lot nowadays. If she texts me during the day, I don't respond until later that night. Is that because I'm an asshole? No. It's because I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. My life is happening. I'm creating things. I'm studying. I'm reading books. I'm exercising. I'm researching. I'm doing stuff. Stuff is happening. So I'm busy. So if my friends call me and they say, hey, Adam, you want to hang out? I probably won't even see their text because I'm busy. I'm actually busy. I'm doing stuff. Now, let's say if it's nighttime and maybe it's a Friday night and I want to go hang out with my friends. Yeah, sure, of course. Of course, you can still hang out with your friends. You can still hang out with your girlfriend. You can text your friends. It's not a massive deal. But what I'm trying to say here is start getting busy. Be unreachable for a little bit. So for a chunk in the day. So just tell yourself from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. I won't be able to be reached. That's my phone free time from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then after 2 p.m. I can use my phone, but I'm still not using Instagram or YouTube. If I want that, then I have to go on my computer. Okay? So I've reiterated a lot of these points over and over again. The recap here, the overarching thesis of this video is that your phone is extremely addicting. It's ruining your productivity. It's ruining your mood. It's ruining your focusing skills. And it's almost like someone slipped you cocaine and you didn't even know it. So your phone is so addicting. It replaces all of your other healthy hobbies that you could have had. And it also ruins all of your alone time, which you need to recharge and to be creative. So the protocols you can implement to fix this phone addiction is to airplane mode your phone at night and in the morning. Delete distracting apps. Turn your notifications off. You don't want to be getting notifications. Turn your text ringer off. Leave your phone at home sometimes. Why not? You go to the store, you go grocery shopping, leave your phone at home. Who cares? It actually feels nice to have no phone. Get used to that feeling of having no phone. Go for walks by yourself, long walks with no phone. Contemplate, self-reflect, just enjoy your own mind. And also find new hobbies. Go out there, search for new hobbies, build skills. Worry about having an impact on the world. Read a book. Read a personal development book. Watch personal development videos. Speaking of which, that is what I make here on this channel. This is my outro. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, thumbs up, share with your friends. Comment what you liked about this video, what you didn't like, questions, maybe something didn't make sense. Leave a comment. If this inspired you, let me know. And also, I just wanted to know that I am offering to gift you a coaching call because I am currently in the process of getting my coaching certification. I'm becoming a life coach where I help guide people through transitional periods in their life so that I help them gain clarity about what they want in their life, their vision for their life, how I help people set goals. I help people plan their life. So that's what I'm working on. So you can DM me on Instagram at Adam_Miceli. DM me. say you want a coaching call, and I'll be able to gift you a free coaching call. This is a temporary offer because I'm becoming a certified life coach. So for now, I'm just practicing my skills. In the future, maybe a couple months from now, this will not be an offer. So take advantage of this. Jump on a coaching call with me. For now, it's free. It's a short 30-40 minute call, and I'll help you gain a lot of clarity in any area in your life. I'm extremely good at managing relationships. I've completely fixed my relationships in my life through lots of hard work, study, trial, and error. I can help you align your life to your life purpose and your core values. I can help with your spirituality, meditation. Of course, that's what this channel is about. Diet, fitness, nutrition. And overall, I can even help you deal with emotional problems as well. So take advantage of that. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and I will see you in the next video.